Wednesday at 8:15 from Mason Transit Authority, Christina Fremont. Good morning to you.
Good morning, you two. How's it going?
Doing good. Mason Transit looking sharp in that Forest Festival parade.
Oh, thanks. I'm glad to hear. I was actually super sick.
Oh.
And so I decorated by drawing on the windows, but didn't get to see everybody. So I was a little sad about that, but I had folks send me pictures. And we had a couple staff members who were in there handing candy out. I don't know if anybody noticed, but one of our drivers dressed her granddaughter as a mini driver. Oh, she was so cute.
What would a mini driver be dressed as?
She was in a driver uniform.
Oh,
so
okay.
she had her granddaughter wearing the driver shirt and tucked into some black shorts. She looked very sharp.
Is there a dress code for Mason Transit drivers sometimes?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We have uniforms that they wear. So
Are there casual days ever? I feel like I've seen people in Hawaiian shirts sometimes.
Fridays. Fridays.
Casual Friday.
Casual Friday. Drivers are allowed to wear Hawaiian shirts, and when we have sports happening, they can wear a sports shirt.
Cool.
If they're Seahawks fan, they might be wearing a Seahawks jersey. Mariners right now.
Sure. Yeah.
They'd be wearing that. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some route changes went into effect on Monday.
Yes, that is correct. They were pretty minor, with the exception of Route 4 in Belfair. We changed a lot of the times as we removed some time points that just there was no ridership. Last year when we did route changes, we had added time points onto Route 4, which Route 4 is the Belfair local, and we had added the Belfair post office, but there just wasn't the ridership, so we removed it. But so riders know, if you do still want to go to the post office, you can. You just have to call us 2 hours in advance. It's considered a deviation, and the route will go over there for you. New schedule books went out on Monday also, and we started delivering them last week. I have to embarrassingly admit that there are a couple errors. We put out some rider alerts, but just so folks know, in the front cover, we always do a what's new page to let folks know what's changed from the last version. And in there it says that Route 4 is no longer serving Matthew and Barbara Boulevard, which is up in Belfair, and that's not true. We are still serving that.
Okay.
It was one of the proposals, but we got feedback from customers that they still wanted that area served, and so we listened and said, okay, we'll still serve that area.
Okay.
Letting folks know that, because it's always important to come to our really fun public hearings and give your input. It does matter.
It does matter.
And it does have an impact. So,
How often do those books come out?
whenever we do schedule changes.
Okay.
So twice a year. We typically are doing changes to service in June and then in October. And we're kind of working bugs out. Last year in April, when we opened the Transit Community Center, that was the first time that we really did a major overhaul of all of the routes and all the service, and we increased service and things like that. And so since then, we've been making little tweaks based off of customer feedback, and as well as just going, okay, you know, we're human. We look at something and we're like, all right, we'll make this change. And then as we're implementing it, I'm like, driver feedback, maybe we need to tweak a time here kind of thing. So we're always trying to perfect it and make it better.
Do you have to coordinate with other connecting transits?
Yeah.
How does that work?
A great example would be our Route 8.
Okay.
Last year, previous to last year, our Route 8 went all the way up into Brennan, to the Brennan store to meet up with Jefferson Transit. That was, I think, 26 miles, was it round trip or one way, out of Mason County into another county to meet up. And we looked at that and said, you know, to be a little more efficient, and that isn't our tax base. Those aren't the folks that are paying taxes into our service, but yet they're still customers. We asked Jefferson Transit, would they be willing to meet us a little bit closer to the Mason County border? So we worked with them and worked with the Washington State Parks, actually, and changed that. So now we still meet with Jefferson, but instead of going further in, we now just go to Triton Cove State Park. Another example, when we implemented express service last year on our Route 6, 6, we contacted Intercity Transit to talk to them about what that looks like and get them to add information to their schedules. And then we had to contact Grays Harbor Transit because we have riders from Grays Harbor that meet our Route 6 in Olympia on Mud Bay.
Yeah.
But our express service doesn't go to Mud Bay. It goes automatically downtown. So letting them know, so if they have customers who are like, oh, I'm going to get off the bus here to meet Route 6, they can say, actually, no, you need to go all the way downtown. Yeah, it's really important that we work with our partners, and we do the best that we can to do that. And they do the same.
So summer officially starts June 20th. So are there any special fare deals or
Yep, we talked about that, and I want to definitely promote it some more because I think it is an underutilized promotion, and that is our Summer Youth Pass. It is an incredibly great deal, like I've said before, where youth ages 17 and under can purchase a 3-month pass. It's good from Memorial Day to Labor Day, and even though we're past Memorial Day, it is still a great deal because it's $18 for a 3-month bus pass. That is not only good on Mason Transit, but Kalalam Transit, Jefferson Transit, and Grays Harbor Transit, 4 transit agencies. So you can have kids go up to Forks if they're into Twilight and explore that, or they could get onto Grays Harbor Transit and go all the way to Ocean Shores. And then Jefferson Transit, you can go up to Port Angeles, Port Townsend. I mean, there's all sorts of adventures that kids can have using our routes and going to parks and beaches and shopping even. So let's say that, you're not necessarily one to be having your kids go all the way out to the beach. You could definitely still utilize it on our Route 6 to Olympia to go to the mall. I'm not super hip onto what kids are into these days.
Well,
and I was recently told that if I use the word hip, I am definitely not hip.
I mean, they're still hip on going to the mall.
Yeah.
I do
Are
know
they?
Yeah.
So can they download a pass from online?
No, that's a really good question. In order to purchase a bus pass, you have to go into a location that sells them, or we do have a pass by mail brochure. It's on our buses. It's also at the Transit Community Center. You can give us a call and we can mail you one. And what that is it's just a mail-in form. You have to pay by check or money order. There's no cash, of course. And right now we don't accept electronic payment. So no credit cards other than if you buy our passes from a different vendor. Something we're working on, future plans, is to, it's 2016, we should be accepting electronic payment, but it's just a matter of working out how best to do that because there is fees associated with it, and how do we as an agency serve our customers well and at the same time not take on losing money and revenue by selling passes and then having to pay a fee for it. So,
Probably in the future you'll just have to show your phone, right?
Yeah. And this is one of those things we've talked in the past about technology moving really fast. And this is one of those things where we're letting larger agencies with larger budgets work out the kinks. And eventually, once they have, and we know that we're making a sound investment, at some point we'll invest in electronic fare payment. That's where the world is going.
Oh, yeah. Christina Fremont from the Mason Transit Authority. You can find them on Facebook, facebook.com/Mason Transit. Also on the Twitter at Mason Transit.
Yes.
Check them out at masontransit.org.
Yes, or give us a call.
What's that phone number?
Well, there's 2. If you're local, 360-427-5033. Or if you need toll-free, it's 1-800-347-3747.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you next week. 8:25 at iFiber One News Radio.
Habitat for Humanity of Mason County invites you to shop their local retail stores in Belfair.